Thank you very much. First, let me thank my colleague, Congresswoman Lee, for yielding for those kind words. But let me just thank you for not only organizing this special order, but for really continuing to beat the drum so that the country can understand how important nutrition programs are to our nation. And this is not just a job for Congresswoman DeLauro. This is about her life's work. So I just have to thank her for her leadership. Republicans are preparing to attack families on food stamps. They're planning to take an axe to one of the most important protections for the poor, children, seniors, the disabled, which is, of course, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. They're attempting to cut up to $33 billion from critical anti-hunger programs, even, mind you, as they bring up this bill, H.R. 9, the small business tax cut, which is another $46 billion tax holiday for the wealthy, for the very wealthy. They're trying to bring this up at the same time. When Republicans target programs that protect vulnerable Americans from massive cuts that risk making millions of children suffer hunger and deprivation, they're doing so, unfortunately, in the name of fiscal responsibility and deficit reduction. Yet in the very next breath, when they want to give away tax breaks to the already wealthy businesses, then those same deficits don't seem to matter. Mr. Speaker, making cuts on struggling families during hard times is not only heartless and mean and immoral, but it also makes no sense because it doesn't reduce the deficit nor create jobs. Critical programs like SNAP and WIC not only feeds hungry children and families, but it supports the overall economy. Every SNAP benefits generate $1.84 in economic activity. And the Congressional Budget Office rated an increase in SNAP benefits as one of the two most cost-effective of all spending and tax options it examined for boosting growth and jobs in a weak economy. Now, let me tell you, today I really have the privilege to speak, and Congresswoman DeLauro, I want to say to you, thank you again for this, because I know, as I said earlier, this is your life's work. This is not just about your job, okay? This is about you as a human being. This is about us and our values. But let me tell you, many years ago, while I was raising my two small children, two little boys as a single mother, I fell upon some very difficult times, like Congresswoman Woolsey, and she encouraged me to talk about this when I came here because, you know what, I was so embarrassed. I never talked about it until Lynn Woolsey encouraged me to begin to share my story. But I had to go on food stamps to help me just feed my kids during that very difficult period in my life. And it was hard. And again, I was very embarrassed. But to this day, mind you, to this day, I want to thank my government and the people of the United States for extending this helping hand to me as a bridge over troubled waters. Even though I was embarrassed and didn't want to be on public assistance, I had to for a while. And it was not that, I was a welfare queen, but this was a very difficult time. And most families, 98% of families, don't really want to be on food stamps. They want to trade their book of food stamps for a living wage paycheck. That's what they want. And so cutting SNAP, it simply doesn't make any sense. There are still 4 job seekers for every 1 job in America. And so we can't cut the benefits that help to keep food on their tables and provides that bridge over troubled waters until they can get their job. For the life of me, it's really hard to understand how people of faith, have forgotten what the scriptures say, that we are our brother's keepers, we are our sister's keepers. This is the United States of America. This is not a poor, developing country. What this Republican budget proposes will create a country that we won't even recognize. One that says, go for what you know. One that says, I got mine, you get yours. This 11% cut in food stamp, which the Republicans propose, it says you're on your own, mind you. You're on your own unless you are very wealthy. So I know the American people, though, aren't going to go for this. Our values as a country won't allow this kind of cut in the SNAP program. Americans care about the common good. And so I am confident that the Republicans, the Tea Party Republicans, they're going to hear from the American people on this. And so, Congresswoman DeLauro, once again, I just thank you for giving us the opportunity to do this. I thank you because it is a privilege to be able to stand up for the 46 million people who need this helping hand as one who needed a helping hand at a point in my life, and it helped me to live the American dream for myself and for my family.